Hi writers, Megan Barnhart here. It is day 9 of my first ever NaNoWriMo. I always have to look at the date and like double check myself. All the days are running together, but it is in fact day 9. And today I totally bribed myself to write, and I'm happy to report that it worked well. So I actually, for the first time of my NaNoWriMo today, took my writing outside of my house. And I went to a local coffee shop. I got a whole pot of Earl Grey and a shortbread cookie. And I got there at like 3:56, and the coffee shop closes at 5 p.m. It's like, okay, this is either gonna be awesome or it's gonna suck because I'm gonna be interrupted in the middle of writing and have to like pack up before I've hit my 2,000 words. So I had an extra little dose of motivation, but really today was all about making writing feel like a luxury. Like just really being conscious of the fact that I am so privileged to be able to write a novel in a month. I am so absolutely fortunate to be in a position where like I have the support. I have the a business to support me. I have people in my life who believe in me, and I'm part of writing communities. And so it feels like, oh yeah, I can totally do this weird wacky thing where I'm trying to write a whole novel in a month. I'm feeling incredibly fortunate, and I'm feeling that writing is this wonderful luxury, getting to write not because it's for a client and I'm getting paid, not because it's for my own blog or business and I'm, using it to bring in more money, but like just to get a chance to sit down and write something I'm passionate about. I mean, that kicks ass, right? That's kind of the most beautiful, amazing feeling, to be able to just have the space to create your art. So that's what today was all about. I wore my Create Everyday shirt because that was the vibe I had this morning, and I think that was part of what helped. So I really enjoyed that, turning writing into a luxury today. Okay, in terms of what I wrote, I managed to hit my goal of 2,000 words. I got a total of 2022, I believe. Let's double check that. Let's see where my little doc is. Okay, yes, I got 2,022 words down. I hit it just under an hour. I wasn't like keeping the coffee shop open past when they were trying to close. Got out of there on time. And what I did today that was really successful was started with kind of a combination of free writes. Let's see, where is that? This is my 750 words, which is cool because it's tracking me since the beginning of November. So it's actually just got my full NaNo count. So I used a combination of free writes today. I did like, why does everybody expect blank of me, and if they only knew how I really felt. And I put those together and ended up getting a really key scene about the protagonist seeing things more from her sister's point of view. And that was a scene I was really looking forward to writing, and that free write happened to be just perfect for it. That's one of the free writes, or those are two of the free writes rather, from Recipe for Drafting. I really recommend those if there's a deep emotional scene you want to work through, if you want to get things from another character's perspective besides your protagonist, if you want to talk about some of the core issues of your conflict. Those questions are really getting to the heart of why is life like this for me? So, why do people always expect me to be blank? Is like, this is a burden that I feel is on me, and I don't want it, or I'm having a hard time, I'm coming up against it. So that might be something that really helps you write a scene that's a change, or your character going through a shift, or, a key moment on her character arc. And if they only knew what I really thought, I used to use primarily, or I've used it in the past primarily to write about like a character's deep inner longings. But this one was actually really cool because it helped me write about a vulnerability. There's the older sister whom the protagonist always feels is very strong, that she, has everything kind of figured out. And this scene was a great opportunity for me to show that she's really struggling internally, that she doesn't have it all figured out, and that she wishes she didn't always have to be the strong one. And that's one of the key themes of this book. So it turned out to be a great combo. But I am rededicating myself to what I talked about in yesterday's video, which is I'm going to make it fun. I'm just going to keep choosing free writes. That's what's on my writing planner for tomorrow. I want to get 2,000 words in, and I just want to choose a free write that speaks to me and get that scene down. And I'm okay if it isn't next in the sequence. The scene I wrote today is not the one that I started yesterday, because I got a whole chapter finished and then a little start to another one. And what I wrote today is not the finish to that chapter I started. So I'm finding I'm kind of leapfrogging, doing like a scene of intense emotion, leaving a blank, a scene of intense emotion, leaving a blank. The reason I know that will work is because once I've got those scenes of intense emotion, I'll be able to see what I can use to connect them. Yesterday I was talking about bridges, and it's a lot easier to write those interstitial scenes if I know what's on either side. So I'm finding I'm kind of going for those big key emotional scenes first, then I'll come back and fill in the gaps later. That'll be, probably some of the last stuff that I'll write. So today was really successful for me, making writing a luxury. I hope for you that writing can feel really joyful, even when you're like, okay, I'm just doing this because it's my habit, or okay, I'm just doing this because I've made this deal with myself, I write every day, or, I'm doing NaNoWriMo, whatever it is, even if you're working toward a goal and you're in this daily habit, it's not like, oh, I just got up and decided I would write today, right? You're working on something in a structured way, you're being very responsible about it. I hope you can still find opportunities to make it really joyful, whether it's like a favorite t-shirt or a cup of tea, or bribing yourself that you get to go to happy hour if you finish your writing. Whatever makes it something that is joyful, even though it's part of a routine and part of the very serious work you're doing as a writer. I hope you're able to add that in to your writing practice. So I will check in with you tomorrow. And as always, I wish you happy writing.